What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about SwiftCoin today. Shout out to all the Swifties out there. Hit your like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are on the 4th of June today, with about 9 hours left in the day, sitting here at 1.26 cents. Still in the race with Onyx Coin to get to 20 cents first. Who's going to get there first, man? My money's on Onyx Coin, but you never know, man. SwiftCoin can definitely, it can shine when it wants to. What's the market cap of SwiftCoin right now? It's got to be somewhat around $100 million, right? 126. Okay, nice, not bad. Pretty low market cap. You've definitely got a lot of room to grow with that. Not a lot of volume. That's always been kind of an issue with SwiftCoin, but that's okay. Not on the pumps. On the pumps, you get the volume, but whenever you're being boring, I guess it's acceptable. You don't really need volume here, right? Anyways, people who brag about getting a lot of volume even whenever you're just moving sideways, like that's good. Most of the times, it just implicates that there's like manufactured volume, right? Just some high level accounts sending transactions there and back, or trading whatever between themselves, and not actually risking any money just to make that volume be printed there. But I digress. Anyways, here we are at 1.26 cents right now. It's the 4th of June. Looking like we want to go a little bit lower, right? You're at this area where you found support before. You found immaculate support right here. You found good support right there. You found some pretty immaculate support right there. And now, bupkis, you're not getting anything. So different behavior likely begets different results. You'll probably break out to the downside here. How low are you going to go? That's the question, right? How low can you go? If we go from the low to the high here, we measure on the fib. You can see that you're finding resistance at the 382. I mean, it's very logical that you would find support. I mean, you could see some kind of fake out, just very true to its nature of fake out, where you go just below these lows and then that's it. You find support right at the 0.5. But if I had to guess, I would think you go to the golden ratio. The only thing with that is that just seems so extreme. In my opinion, it seems so extreme. 14% drop, 19% drop. What would that mean? I mean, if SwiftCoin were to drop 14 to 19%, I would think Onyx Coin is not safe and that it would also drop that same amount from its current price. 14% drop or more. And I should have said this in my last video, but because I've said it in every one before, so I didn't really say it. But if we were to drop below 1.4 cents, we're still fine. But maybe we go down to 1.23 cents, man, because that'd be right around its golden ratio too. I mean, if SwiftCoin, the only thing is with Onyx Coin, I can make sense out of finding support at the 50. SwiftCoin, not really, not so much. I mean, the thing that would make the most sense if you weren't to go to the golden ratio would be to find support between the 0.5 and the golden ratio, and that just doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't really happen. At least I don't think. Let's look at this real quick. Hold on. Maybe it does happen. Some coins have different personalities. Let's just see. High. Oh, that was not the high. To the low. Come on now. Give me that high. No, yeah, here, you went through your 0.5 to your golden ratio, through your 0.5 to your golden ratio there. Found support right above your 0.5, but right at it nonetheless. What about here? What about this low to high? I mean, just a little bit. Like if you were to do something like this, where you go just a little bit through, maybe, okay, maybe. Oh, hey, look. He did that right there. That's nice. Hey, that's encouraging. That's encouraging, actually. Okay. Okay, what about here? Clearly you went below the 0.5, but I'm just looking for any kind of... And you found some support. You continue to go down. All right. One example is not enough to get me too excited, but it happens, I guess, And in your not so long-lived history on Coinbase, it seems to have happened at least once, so that's nice. Maybe you do find support in between the 0.5 and the golden ratio. I mean, making sense out of that real quick, we do have areas of resistance right here, prior areas of resistance there, prior areas of resistance here, and even support here. It might make sense that you do some kind of a fake out where it looks like you're breaking out of this range overall, and you are, but then you find support right there. It's like, oh no, it broke out. Now it's going to zero. And then that's exactly where you find support, and then you move up. So I don't know. Maybe we could make sense out of you dropping just a little bit, which would coincide with the idea that we have for Onyx Coin dropping down to 1.43 cents, not dropping too much, but just a little bit as well. I compare these things together, even though they're not the same projects at all, and I don't know if they have any affiliation, but they seem to move very similar, right? Their patterns and everything, it just seems to be very, very similar, at least since December, January times, right? 1.262 cents now. Looking at this on a 1 hour time frame, I'm sure I haven't zoomed into the 1 hour because I'm pretty positive we're going to move down. I don't think we need this, but looking at this here, looks bearish. Looks like we're going to go down. Yeah, pretty neutral. Not going to lie, pretty neutral, but definitely with a bearish tilt, and it looks like we're probably making a move down right now today. 4-hour time frame, yes, looks bearish as well. We're going to make our move down over the coming days. We will find this low. How low is it going to be? That's the question, right? So we can either find support somewhere just below these lows. Maybe we find support like right here at 1.18 cents. So definitely below 1.2 cents would be the expectation. Maybe we do go all the way down to the golden ratio. Low here, high there. Maybe we go all the way to the golden ratio at about 1.08 cents to 1 cent itself, somewhere in there. If we do go down there, and by the way, of the fibs, I'd have no problem admitting that I believe we're going to go down here. That's a perfect area to buy. Right at prior areas of resistance here and prior areas of closing resistance here. Right at prior areas of support here before you move down right there. Golden ratio zone, perfect on top of that, right? It would just make a lot of sense to find support there. So not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I do believe we're going to see prices that are below 1.1 cent, but not below 1 cent. You're going to move down there probably over the coming days. By the end of this week, I would expect or suspect, and then next week we will we'll start to move up higher. If not, if I'm wrong, I think it'd be better if I was wrong, because if you found just like a slightly lower low, there's an argument to be made that this is still some kind of a bull flag, right? And that would be nice, because if it is, you've got that bullish trajectory. Even if it's not, even if you bust it and you come down, you still have this like W shape, right? Like you can recover from that. Seeing these like U's in the middle, it's very common when working your way up. So I am bullish on SwiftCoin. I do think that it is going to move up higher. Just first, it's going to move down. Whenever you do move up high to low here, the expectation would be to move up at least at a minimum to 14.3 cents. If not at most, maybe up to like 28 cents. I suppose it is possible for SwiftCoin to interact with 47 or 50 cents just because it has a lower market cap, right? And a low market cap down around $100 million is definitely enough of a reason to see some dramatic pumps. But I think I don't know, man. 18x to a 21x, that's already pretty dramatic in itself. Getting to 23 to 28 cents. To go all the way up here, that'd be pretty damn intense, but I suppose it's possible. More possible than it is for Onyx Coin to hit its 2272. So, but I'm thinking something between 14.3 to 28.7 cents. That's where you're going to go. I don't have anything else to say. That'll probably be by the end of July, sometime in July. Not even like the end of July, probably like mid-July or earlier, but I got nothing else, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Drink water. Eat food. Don't eat too much food. Don't drink too much water. Bye-bye.